Hey y'all, it's Crystal. So with 2024 rapidly coming to an end, I thought that I would do something that I may end up regretting at the end of this video. I'm gonna go and do like a little 2024 recap and go over the vision board that I made this year. I recently found it while I was cleaning my room, and when I first looked at it, I laughed. And I also may have shed a tear or two because this year has probably been one of the worst years, if not the worst year of my life, but we'll get into that as we go over the vision boards and kind of like a little recap. So what I'm gonna do in this video is kind of go over the vision board. I made a physical one and I also made a digital one. So I may show the digital one, I don't know yet. And then every year I also write a letter to myself. And I haven't opened the letter until now, so I haven't read it, I just printed it out. So we're gonna go over the letter too and see what wins and big losses that I had this year. I don't know, I honestly don't know why I'm making this video. Because I already know this year was trash, but we press on. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through my vision board. I'm laughing because it's actually comical, but whatever. I'm gonna go over my vision board with you guys. And when I made this, I actually had friends. Well, I mean, I made this with a group at my church. Oh my gosh, I'm actually just now like really looking at it, and interesting. Let's start from the top, shall we? So this is her in all her glory. Vision board. YouTube vision board. I had a phrase or a word that I made for this year, and my word was live intentionally, or phrase I should say, it's 2 words. I really wanted to use this year to do things with intention in all areas. That was kind of like the phrase that I tried to live by this year, and as we go through all the things that happened, we'll see if we actually did that or not. One of the things that I really wanted to do was read more. One thing that I noticed is that I tend to kind of get engulfed in the internet and doing things on my phone, really just having a lot of screen time, and that was one thing that I really wanted to reduce this year. So I wanted to read more, and with this picture it does have a lot of Bibles on there, so I really wanted to kind of get deeper in my faith this year, and that's also the reason for this Ready Set Grow. I really wanted to grow deeper and just become, you know, a great woman of God. We'll talk about that as we recap the year. I didn't really start that well with reading. I have been reading a lot more now, so I guess that's kind of a win. I don't know. Community, I wanted to get more involved with my church, and I also just wanted to make friends. I haven't really had a lot of good, solid friends in my most recent years. Really, since I got sick, I kind of ghosted everybody that I knew. It's not a good thing. I don't recommend doing that, but I was going through a lot, and I honestly thought that if I just like disappeared, if anything were to happen to me that was really bad, they wouldn't have to know about it. I don't know, that's probably a horrible thing to think of. 1, I wasn't in my right mind, and 2, it just made the most sense to me, so that's what I did. I wanted to have more friendships, stronger connections with people. I mean, I have friends, but there's not really anybody in my area that I can just go out and be like, hey girl, let's chill, let's go shopping, let's watch a movie, let's just chat. I don't have anybody like that in my life. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Staying calm, I really wanted to work on my emotions. I was planning on starting therapy this year, but with all the events that happened this year, being laid off means I don't have money to go and do therapy, and I also don't have insurance. So yeah, therapy just didn't happen this year. I definitely do want to implement some kind of mental health in the next year. BetterHelp, if you just so happen to find my video, help your girl out. I also wanted to tap into my creative hobbies. I was planning on taking art classes. I wanted to get back into ceramics because when I was in high school, I actually took a ceramics class and a sculpture class, and I just love creating things and art in general. I didn't really get to do that. I think I may take a different approach in the next year, and I will talk about that in my 2025 vision board video. Also, I had some goals along with my career. If you don't know, I am in the interior design field. That's what I got my degree in. Like I mentioned earlier, I got laid off. And so the things that I wanted to do specifically with design, I kind of put it on hold because I don't have the funds to do it. So another area of my life that I really wanted to grow in and just kind of improve in is my health. This year, I really wanted to work on getting my nutrition together or kind of buttoned up a little bit more. Then I also wanted to work out more consistently. And I will say that was probably one of the only things that I was able to accomplish this year. I am very proud of myself for staying staying active and being consistent with my workouts. Now, I also wanted to travel more and explore the city more. In the 8 years that I have been here, I haven't really seen a lot of what the city has to offer. So that was one thing that I really wanted to do as well. Another thing that I really wanted to do this year is to save money, do better with my budgeting. After I got laid off, I kind of just stopped doing everything. I obviously haven't been able to save any money because I do not have a job. I had actually planned on paying off my car this year, and I also wanted to pay off a good chunk of my student loans, but that just isn't going to happen this year, unfortunately. I know I said I wanted to pull back my screen time earlier, but I did want to be on social media more, specifically Instagram, because one thing that I noticed is that people in general tend to kind of harp on the negative or think about the negative things that have happened in their lives. I remember at one point this year, I was trying to think of all the good things that happened, and I really couldn't think of anything. And I was like, I know for sure I've done something, or like I've had a good day, or I was happy at one point this year. But negative stuff always tends to stick in your mind to the point where you can't remember anything good happening. And so that's why I wanted to get on Instagram and kind of be more active on Instagram, so I can take pictures, capture memories, and be able to look back on it as the year goes on, especially during times when I'm not feeling my best, so I can remember like, oh, I was happy on this day, oh, I was happy on this day, oh, this was a great moment that I remember. I have started getting a little bit more active on Instagram. That is something that I definitely could have done better. A big win, kind of sort of, is to actually start dating. I mean, I'm still single, but I am very proud of myself for actually starting to date, because dating was such a big thing for me. For reference, I am 32 years old and I just started dating for the first time this year. Crazy, I know. At the ripe age of 31, I decided to put myself out there, and let me tell you, I had some experiences. Some good, mostly bad. Again, I'm still single, so I mean, there's that. I am very proud of myself for actually going out and going on dates with men. What? That's scary. Not all men are bad, I know that, but for the most part, I've met some interesting characters over this past year. So honestly, even though I'm still single, over the dates and the experiences that I've had with different men, it's helped me kind of figure out exactly what I want in a relationship and what I want from my husband and what I'm not going to tolerate. I mean, if anything, I learned something. So I have my digital vision board right here. One thing that I did add onto this board that I didn't add to the other one was that I wanted to take care of myself better. At one point, I used to never go outside without makeup on. I used to always be dressed. My nails were always painted, face always nice. Like, I always looked put together, no matter what. I could be going to the grocery store. I could be going to drop off some donations. I always looked good, basically. And at one point, I kind of just stopped caring, and I just went outside looking a little raggedy. This year, I definitely did try to make an effort to actually look put together. I definitely worked on my skin this year, so I'm happy about that. I started painting my nails again. Another thing that I have been working on as well is my hair care and kind of like my hair journey. I am currently transitioning from relaxed to natural hair, and I've been kind of in that process for almost 2 years now. And this year I was really trying to be intentional with like making sure I get my trims regularly and making sure that I don't use too much heat on my hair. I'm happy with where I've gotten in that part of my life too. I'm just gonna like briefly go through this list or this letter that I wrote to myself. I don't even know, it's been a while since I've looked at this. Let's read, shall we? 2023 has come and gone, and it seems like 2024 is already moving at a fast pace. As I reflected about last year, I realized that it was filled with a lot of good moments that made it a fulfilling year, but I also felt some regrets with things that I was not able to accomplish or overcome. A big highlight of last year was finally landing was finally landing a job in the field that I have always wanted to be in, and feeling like all my hard work has finally paid off. That didn't age well. Some other things that I can say I am happy about is continuing my health journey and getting back into church. Although these things brought a lot of joy in my life, it also highlighted some areas that I still need to work on with myself. This year, I want to work on myself in all aspects: mental, physical, and spiritual. Some of them may have been unrealistic goals. Some of them probably weren't. I don't know. Life kind of got in the way of some of those goals. But yeah. although this year hasn't been that great, I am really happy with some of the things that I did get to do this year. I did get involved with my church in a way. I was part of some small groups. We did some activities together this year, and that was really fun. So I definitely got out of my comfort zone because I feel like at one point I just kind of got so isolated that I kind of forgot how to like interact with people. I'm just happy that I was able to interact with people and kind of build some type of connections with folks outside of work, especially. Like I mentioned before, very happy that I actually started dating. That was a big hurdle that I had to get over, and I'm just happy that I was able to put myself out there and start dating. Another thing that I really liked this year, or more like moments that I really enjoyed this year, were all the concerts that I went to. Should I have gone to any of those concerts and spend that money? No, but I did because mental health matters and concerts are my therapy at this point. So I did see quite a few artists this year, some of them for the first time. My favorite concert that I went to this year was probably, two, just kidding. I definitely enjoyed going to the 21 Pilots concert. The Clancy World Tour was everything. I had so much fun. It was definitely a day that I was able to just kind of forget about everything that was going on and just be in that moment. So shout out to 21 Pilots. Y'all are awesome. And then I saw ATs for the first time this year too. Oh my God, it was so good. Although I almost passed out like 3 times during the show, I definitely had a great time, was around some great people, and I am ready to see them in concert again. Yeah, those were definitely some good times. And hopefully next year brings a lot more good times and great memories. And I'm just really excited. I know I said 2024 was trash, craptastic, and it was, but these past few months, even though they've been a roller coaster, I've definitely been able to kind of appreciate things a little bit more. I've definitely learned a lot more about myself too, and I'm just really excited for 2025 and what's to come because honestly, it can't get any worse than this past year. Actually, it can, but I'm trying to not believe that 2025 is going to be worse than this year. It can't be. I can't. I don't know if I can deal with another year like this. So I am on the line with Jesus right now, hoping and praying that next year will be a year of less trials and tribulations and of blessings because I just need all the blessings. I want to be blessed and highly favored for 2025. I'm begging God, please let next year be great. So that's all that I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments below if you had any highlights from 2024. What were your wins? What were your losses? What were some things that you kind of wish that you could improve on? And what are some goals that you want to set for yourself in 2025? I am planning on making a 2025 vision board, and I think I'm gonna do like a recording of that too. Subscribe so you know when that video comes out, turn on your notification bells, and like this video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. I hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.